Hello and welcome into Bruins Fan Review 72 versus St. Louis Blues. The day is March 21st, 2018, and kind of like a playoff atmosphere going into this one. You'd have Jake Allen taking on Anton Khudobin. I think Khudobin was playing because Rask needs some rest and all that. Allen, on the other hand, he's the Blues' number one keeper and all that. They need to have him for the playoff run. So yeah, Blues are in a tough spot coming into this one. They're right outside of the wild card picture. They need this win desperately, and they got it. So that's good for them. The Bruins, on the other hand, lose a little ground to Tampa. They lose one of those game in hands that we have, which, you like to count those game in hands as points, but you can't do that until you win, which is the sad thing about games in hand. It's all theoretical. Coming tonight, the Bruins would have Bergeron, McAvoy, Backes, DeBrusk, Chara, Krug, and Rick Nash out for them. Only two of those guys are on the trip. That's Krug and Backes. So no one's coming back for the game on Friday against Dallas. In Dallas, but we get to see our old friend Tyler Seguin. Yeah. St. Louis, Fabry is out for a year. Hutton, they have nothing listed, but he's out. Upshaw is the same thing as McAvoy, the MCL injury. Injured around the same time, too. Boemeister was out for the season with a hip, and Tarasenko's out with an upper body injury, and that's huge for the Blues. They need him. They need every point they can get desperately, and losing a guy like Tarasenko at this time of year, that's killer. The Bruins came into the game 5 points behind Tampa with 2 games in hand, and they came in 6 points above Toronto with 2 games in hand. Or 3 games in hand? No, 2 games in hand. And that's about all I have to say for pregame. Bruins are in a tough spot right now. They're really in a tough spot with all the injuries they have and trying to catch Tampa, which Tampa doesn't give up many points, so we have to get every point we can get, which, losing games like this in overtime, I guess the 2 overtime losses in a row, when you think about it, is kind of like winning one and losing one, but at the same time, it just leaves a bad taste in your mouth to lose both. And it's just not fun to lose. So, I felt like we should have had this game, but anyway, let me get into the game. I took my notes on my laptop, so a little interesting to see how this will go. But actually, before I get into the big plays of the game and all that, let me show you the board of score, or the scoreboard, as we should call it. I really don't know how to position myself with this thing. Anyway, as you can see, Ryan Donato got his second goal of the night. Second goal in 2 games. Blues won 2-0. Oh my god, I'm terrible with this. Don't worry, I'll get it down in a few games. But coming into the game, Marchand is still the points leader. Pastrnak still in second. Bergeron still in third. Krug's in fourth, and Heinen's in fifth. I'm pretty sure you can read those numbers for yourself. But none of these guys got points tonight. 2 of them didn't even play tonight, or 3? No, 2. At the bottom, you got time on ice leaders, which is Holden with 24 minutes and 56 seconds, and Pietrangelo with 25-21. Injuries, as you can see, I put St. Louis had Tarasenko out and Boston everyone. That's not what it actually was, but that's how it felt. As you can see, Khudobin. I'll go over those goalie stats later. I shouldn't go over everything on the board before I go over that. But I just wanted to go over the points and all that, and just wanted to mention Donato got his second goal in 2 games, 4 points, 2 games. It's very good for a rookie coming out of college. So we're gonna start out with the first significant play, which is Crawley skating in the corner. He skated into the corner, and then Rob Bertuzzo comes in from behind and cross-checks him. This leads to a power play because Bertuzzo goes for the box for cross-checking. And this would lead to a Bruins power play goal. And that power play goal would be scored by none other than Ryan Donato, assisted by our best friends in the universe lately, the referees. No, we don't remember Toronto in the goal being called. Well, goaltender interference, Nah, we don't remember you dragging down Marchand anymore. Because if you're gonna assist us like this, we have no complaints. Anyway, so down low on the power play, Marchand gets board played. Pietrangelo finds the puck down low. He then goes to throw it up the ice instead of the boards, and right in his way is a referee. It hits off the referee, falls directly into the slot, and Donato is the first one to get there. One-time slap shot, beats out on glove side. If you were St. Louis, you should be pissed. You should be pissed, honestly. The ref gets in your way, it lands in the slot, and who's there but a lethal sniper, it seems like, Ryan Donato. 2 goals in 2 games. A goal per game rate. No one in the NHL has that right now, who's straight out of college, has only played 2 games, You know how it is, Ryan Donato. But Roenick said he should have went up the boards. I thought he was stressing that a little too much. He almost, basically gave the ref a pass for being in the way, which, yeah, he should go up the boards, but at the same time, it's not completely his fault. The ref was in the way. That's probably 5 feet over. I don't know who was playing the point tonight. Grizzlick on the power play, I think. I don't even remember because we were on it twice and we didn't really get much done except for this on it. And I wasn't really paying attention to the points because Donato got a free slap shot in the slot out of nowhere. But if you're a Blues fan, tough luck. If you're a Bruins fan, the refs worked in your favor for once. Wasn't a call, so they didn't choose to. But they worked in your favor there. Next, you got the Schenn hit on Krejci. Direct hit to the head. I didn't think it was intentional. I didn't mind it just being 2 minutes. I bet a lot of people were thinking he should get thrown out because of the Bacchus hit. But I thought it was fine, just a 2-minute penalty. I thought there was nothing wrong. Schenn seemed very, upset that he... Not upset, but, apologetic that he did it. So, it is what it is. Okay, so then we go to the Blues' next goal. By the way, that Donato goal took place at approximately 10 minutes and 12 seconds into the first period. There would not be another goal till the third period. This game was extremely tight. As I said, playoff atmosphere. Bruins are playing for every point they can get. A lot of their top scorers are out, so they're not going to be as prolific on offense. And the Blues without Tarasenko, they're not going to be as prolific on offense. Both are fighting for points because they need them in their respective playoff races. So we did not see another goal of the third period. And that would be someone Bruins fans would probably learn to dislike by the end of this night. Jaden Schwartz getting his 21st of the season, assisted by Steen with his 29th assist, and Schenn with his 36th. So let me go over how this play starts. The Blues start a breakout from their own zone off a Bruins line change. The fourth line was coming onto the ice. They're going towards the D-man, so momentum's not going in their favor. Schenn would get the puck around mid-ice, and he would make a great pass up to Alexander Steen, who was entering the zone. As he makes the pass, he gets hit by Noel Acciari. Good hit by Acciari, better pass by Schenn. This creates a 2-on-2 with Schwartz and Steen against Carlo and Holden. So Steen goes out wide and Schwartz stays middle. Schwartz kind of slows up a little to create space for himself because Carlo and Holden are skating backwards. So because of this, Steen waits for him to drop back like that. Steen then hits him up, and Holden just deer in the headlights type look here. Doesn't go he doesn't play the pass really. He doesn't really play the shot. Just kind of stands there. Carlo's on the other side of him, away from Steen, who's on the side, and Schwartz, who's in the middle. And Carlo, I think, really wanted to play Schwartz, but because Holden never made a decision, it made it really tough for Carlo to make a decision. And because of this, you'll see Holden never really moves. But Carlo at the end comes to Schwartz, but it's too late because Schwartz already gets the shot off, and it beats Hudobin blocker side. Absolute snipe, can't deny that, but Holden has to make a decision there. He can't just stand there. He ends up screening Hudobin, so I mean, and you're confusing Carlo, who already plays confused, it feels like lately, or in the last game at least. And I think Carlo had a decent game. I'm not going to crap on Carlo. I didn't really think this was his fault. This was Holden getting deer in the headlights type thing to me, which, it was kind of sad to see. Holden didn't have a good game, in my opinion. I'm kind of iffy on him. Bruins fans were high on him at first because we were winning, but, I'm not that high on him now. I'll tell you that much. I guess playing first pair minutes must be tough for him because he's not supposed to be doing that. But, you can make an argument Chara at this point in his career shouldn't have to play first pair minutes, even though he's doing a good job doing it. But, I just didn't think Holden had a great game. I shouldn't have said that. Chara's been playing very good for first pair minutes this year. But, it's kind of not the best situation when you're best defenseman's like 40 years old. You know, it just is what it is. But anyway, less than 10 seconds left in the period, the third period that is. Blues are working in the Bruins zone, up the boards to the point. The St. Louis D-man, who I couldn't tell the jersey through the replay, tries to snipe from the point because, no time left, has to get on net. It gets on net. Hudobin, who's playing aggressive at the top of his crease because he's a shorter guy, blocks it, but he falls. So when he falls, juicy rebound. Barbashev finds it and does a backhand. He has a very big yawning cage, which is like a huge open net. That's just an expression in case you don't know what that means. I decided to explain it. So he backhands it. I'm like, wow, we're really going to lose in the last 10 seconds to not even get a point out of this game. Not the case. So Hudobin comes back into the picture and just whacks it with his blocker. Great save. Very good save. And time expires, and we head to OT. And if you blinked, you would have missed it. 30 seconds in, Jaden Schwartz comes in like a bullet through the neutral zone on Matt Grzelcyk. Matt Grzelcyk is not ready for this type of speed, and he sags off a lot, which, when a guy gets like a full head of steam from his own side of the ice, it's hard to defend. Matt Grzelcyk should go 2, but if he goes 2, maybe Schwartz beats him wide. So, I'm going to blame Grzelcyk here. He deserves some criticism, but at the same time, I think Schwartz was getting a good chance no matter what, just because of the speed he had entering the zone. If anything, Grzelcyk screens her ass, so he deserves to be criticized for that. At least get out the way. And Schwartz snipes low blocker side, and the Blues win. And I'm a little salty. As you can tell by my tone, I don't sound upbeat at all. It wasn't really the most entertaining game. There was only, I think the Blues had 22 shots and we had 20 shots. It felt like we were in control for most of the game. The second Schwartz made that first goal, though, I kind of knew it was over. Like, I just had that vibe that, like, wow, they have all the momentum, and you could tell they were playing with more energy. That's all I got for notes on the game, because those are the only notable things that happened, really. I have some post-game notes I can go over with you, but I have some few more board stats. Only the goalies, really. Hudobin goes to, I'm not sure if he goes to where he was at before the game, but actually I should have read those before the game. I thought they were post-game stats. My bad, but I'll read them now. 15-6-4 record for Hudobin, 23-21-2 for Allen. Allen would stop 21 of 22. Hudobin stopped 18 of 20. I mean, sure, you want Hudobin to save one of those shots, but at the same time, good saves were made tonight. I wouldn't blame Hudobin for the loss. If you don't score more than one goal, you really don't deserve to win. Bruins' offense was trash tonight. It was trash. Like I said, boring game, and a lot of people didn't show up, and I think the talent being out on the front end, especially Krug. I mean, Krug, maybe we should make an argument he's been our best defenseman this year, because the offensive production he's given to us is huge. As you can see, Krug is our 4th leading scorer, and that's pretty impressive and dandy as a defenseman. Hudobin coming into the game, I'm pretty sure this is coming in, .917 save percentage, 2.5 goals against, great numbers for a backup. Allen, .905, 2.79 goals against, that's crap for a starter, and that's why Carter Hutton, who currently, if you look on NHL.com, he appears for the goals against and save percentage leader. They're relying heavily on him, but I feel like they go back to Allen, not only because Hutton's injured, but if Hutton was still there, I feel like they go back to Allen just because they believe in him, which is key, because, you might have saw the playoffs last year. Jake Allen was a man possessed in the first round against Minnesota, and he definitely deserves to be given every chance he's given, but maybe if Hutton can go, you should give Hutton the chance. I don't know his status, though, because the website I looked at said nothing on him. On to post-game notes, I'm not going to take too long because, the game was boring, so there's not really much to say, but let's go over things I saw in the game that I thought were notable. Donato looked sloppy tonight. He had the goal, yes, but he had the free range. It was basically going to the driving range in golf. You just get a free whack at it, open everything. Like, I feel like a lot of players would score that goal. Yes, you have to score it, but that's a very good opportunity with the unexpected. Allen's not ready for that. He's not expecting a shot. He's expecting it to go down the ice because Pietrangelo throws it up. He's looking at Pietrangelo. Next thing you know, he looks at Donato and it's already behind him. So, good goal by Donato to put it in, but at the same time, I feel like a lot of people could score that goal. But he had a lot of sloppy turnovers, a lot of sloppy fumbles. I'm not criticizing the kid. Second game in the NHL. Great first game. I feel like it's probably just fatigue. He's coming off of a big stretch with Harvard. He had to travel. He had class the other morning because he's still attending school at Harvard. I really just think like the speed of the game, it takes a little while to catch up, and you're going to be a little sloppy at the beginning. But like I said the other day, consistency, and I'm thinking this is just, I feel like the rest day tomorrow is going to be huge for him. Anyway, Holden had a bad game. I already mentioned this, so I'm not going to speak further on it, but I didn't really think Holden had a good showing tonight. Kevin Miller, though. Let's talk about positive. Kevin Miller had a great game. Let's be real. You put the A on his chest. You might have noticed he had the A tonight. Different man. Or just like the prime Kevin Miller we saw tonight. He had 4 blocks and 3 hits, and these were not just 4 blocks and 3 hits. These were noticeable hits, at least the hits. I noticed the hits. He dropped, I don't remember who. I think it was Edmondson behind the net in Edmondson's, in our own zone. Huge hit. He made a lot of key stops. He bailed out Holden once when Holden got burned on a 2-on-1. Got a stick out. Oh, no, it hit him in the leg. That's what it was. But Kevin Miller stuck out as someone who just wasn't going to get beat tonight, which was great to see. Holden sadly did. And even though Holden and Miller were our first pair, oh no, Holden and Carlo were actually, but Holden and Miller were out there that one time. I don't know why. But sometimes that just happens with line changes. Hudobin was robbed of a shutout. He had a great game, but he got screened by 2 of his own players. I really believe if Holden goes to Steen and Carlo then would probably go to Schwartz. I really believe if Holden then went to Steen, Carlo would have got to Schwartz and defended it. But because Holden got deer in the headlights, he snipes, and then the momentum switches. I really think if Holden makes that one decision, we're talking about a 1-0 shutout tonight. The power play for the Bruins was 1 for 2. Nothing really much to say there. It's a power play goal. We only had 2 chances, so you can't really criticize it for being bad. St. Louis out-hit us 46-24. I'm not used to seeing the Bruins get beat physically like that. It's just, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. I'm not in a good mood. They also beat us in the face-off circle, 58%. Not used to seeing that. I mean, this is just a frustrating game. And Dmitry Yaskin for St. Louis had 7 hits on his own. Most of anyone on the ice. The guy saw you, he hit you. And to end on, I'm going to talk about the playoffs. I'm going to talk about St. Louis quickly because, it's a Bruins channel. We don't really care about them. But I find it interesting to see the position they're in because St. Louis is usually a team in the playoffs, kind of like the Blackhawks, who mathematically got eliminated from the playoffs tonight with the points the Blues got, I'm pretty sure. Or if not, they would have when the Blues got their points. So I'm just going to go over the West wildcard race real quick. I'm not going to say games played because I really feel like that's just overkill and you don't really care. Teams that could be affected by the wild card: San Jose, who currently is second in the Pacific with 91 points. Minnesota, who is second in the Central. No, they're third in the Central with 90 points. They're pretty clear, but you never know. They could go on a rough run and teams behind them could get hot. But only the Blues are the first team out of the playoffs right now. So these are teams they could catch for the wild card. These are the 3 that are more realistic for them to catch. You have the wild card number 1, which is the Avalanche. Now, this is the toughest of the 3 to catch because the Avalanche are hot right now. Nathan MacKinnon's a boss. I actually have his jersey somewhere in here, but he's the only non-Bruins jersey I own. I actually have a James Neal jersey. I lied, but that was cheap, $10. Don't criticize me. The next one that's the most likely for them to catch is a team in the LA Kings who are struggling. They have 74 games played, which is 1 more than St. Louis. I said I wasn't going to mention games played, but I just did. They can catch LA. I really think they can catch LA. I don't believe in LA. Sorry, Kevin, if you're watching this, I don't believe in LA. The next team is the Ducks, which I really don't believe the Ducks are going to let up on the gas pedal. The Ducks have 88 points, so they're 3 ahead of the Blues. You're most likely to catch the Kings. The Stars are still in it at 84. The Blues are right ahead of the Stars with 85, and the Flames with 80. I'm done talking Western Conference. I'm just telling you the points. Only if you want to take it off, only one of the Sharks, only one of the Avs, Ducks, or Blues is probably going to make the playoffs. I meant Kings, Avs, and Ducks, and Blues. Only one of them is going to make the playoffs. St. Louis is 2 points behind the Kings and 3 points behind the other 2. Done with the Western Conference. We don't need to talk about it here. Different video, different time, different channel. Go to the Hockey Guy. He'll probably talk about it. The Bruins playoffs, we are now 4 points behind Tampa, so we gain a point on them. But we lose a game in hand. So we're one game I can't even talk. We are one game. We have played one less game than Tampa, and we have 4 less points. I really don't think we're going to catch them now, especially with injuries. It seems like we're going for rest more than catching Tampa, which, watching game to game you don't like to see, but it's whatever. And then Toronto is 7 points behind us with one more game played. I really think we're destined to be the second seed and play Toronto in the first round. I will be making a playoff preview for that series when it's official, but for now I can only speculate. And I don't like the matchup against Toronto. I really don't. They have way too much speed for us to compete with, especially if we have these injuries going forward. Fully healthy, I think we can out-physicalize and beat them. But, I don't know. I still don't really like facing Toronto. Something about them. I feel like they're just going to derp their way to a victory and get lucky. But, 2-1 loss to St. Louis. Not a good result. You get a point, though, so, I mean, you can't be too mad. But you really walk away feeling like we just blew 2 games we should have won. The 3-1 lead over Columbus, we blew. The 1-0 lead in the third, we blew. We're just blowing leads lately, and you feel like if we get Patrice back in the lineup, Charlie McAvoy, Chara, we're just going to have that leadership, and we're not going to be blowing these victories. I mean, we win both those games. We're 2 points behind Tampa with 1 game more to play than them. So, I mean, these injuries are killer for our chances at the 1 seed. I think they might have killed them. But if you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you really like the video, hit the subscribe button. Hopefully I'm in a better mood Friday. But, I made this video right after the game. So you're just getting, just salty Pat, I guess you'd say. Salty Pat. Anyway, I've been your boy, PatTar98. I'll see you Friday night, Saturday morning to recap the Stars game. Peace.